This conference will now be recorded.
Uh, is there audio? Hello?
Okay, am I audible?
Yeah, you are, but you're not talking, so I thought maybe I can't hear anything.
Okay, so yeah, we will recap from last class. So we're supposed to start with open source intelligence,
Mhm.
and for that, like we need Maltigo Community Edition, where we will sign up for a free account and need to be verified, and then we will.
Mhm.
So we will check this lab side by side. For example, like in CH, they have covered the footprinting and reconnaissance. So
Mhm.
I'll just walk you through this module. So like hopefully it will be helpful, or you can recall something or relate.
Okay.
So
Do you
yeah,
want us to work on our multi-go at the same time, or you're just going to show us and we'll work
yes,
it out later?
both options will do. Like you can side by side try to like follow, or yeah, you can take notes and try again whenever
Okay,
you have.
I'll take notes. That's fine.
Regarding your pen test, like could you find your IP and firewall you are trying to do the reconnaissance or gather
My own
intel?
IP? You mean my own IP?
No, your clients, like you were supposed to find that firewall and
Okay.
it was like
Yes,
the
yes, I
ICM.
did find the IP, but I haven't found which one is the firewall. So they have
Okay,
sent me the list of IPs to be
okay.
to be scanned. Today I was
Oh,
going through Nmap scripting actually, so I think that's what I will be working on today, how to do Nmap scripting.
cool. That's so we can use active as well as passive depending upon as we know like footprinting is
Mhm.
uh, collecting information like before we do the attack, like for example we need to find out IP addresses, we need to find organization information as well as network
Mhm.
information. Here we do a passive and active footprinting, and passive is indirect, like we don't interact with the target. So through different online sources or without even that it doesn't generate logs in the system. For example, if you call the receptionist and ask that if this employee work in your office, so that will be active footprinting. That means we are interacting directly with the organization, so gathering information about the target with direct interaction will be active, and passive footprinting is without direct interaction. So here we are mainly collecting information when we start our penetration test, or as part of the security assessment we do ethical hacking or penetration testing. So first we collect information. What all information we usually collect is organization information, where we'll collect employee details, telephone number, branch and location details, background of the organization, web technologies, and we can search for new articles published by that organization, related document and job portals, then press release to find out more information about that organization. So what are their partners, like if they have acquired new business at different location, etc. Then we will try to find network information where we will find domain and subdomain. Like if they have a website domain, then this domain, for example, facebook.com, so they have some subdomain. We have to find out those subdomains as well. Like for example, mail.facebook.com or ftp.facebook.com, or like some other subdomains that related to the domain. Then we will try to find out network blogs, network topology, trusted routers, firewalls, IP address of the reachable system, who is record, DNS record, and system information. How we will find through passive as well as active information gathering, or it's called footprinting. So we collect web server location, web public available email and username, all that. So I'll demonstrate few techniques through which you can uh, be familiar with footprinting, and this is the footprinting methodology.
Right.
So when we start with, like for example, you want to search through footprinting through search engines. So in search engine we can use Google hacking techniques, and there are some advanced Google hacking techniques available in exploit db. So you were asking about exploit. Yes, I mean last session.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a public exploit database where if you found some vulnerability, for example, or security gap, you can search. This is a search engine, and in here you can find all those exploits published by uh, different security researchers or anyone who is into security. So here they have a web app related. These are all exploits, by the way. Like for example, if you're searching for a particular exploit, just for an example, when I teach students, like I give this VSFTPD, which is from Metasploitable, not 3, but Metasploitable 2. There we have a vulnerable FTP. So, in order to learn about like how we can find out those vulnerabilities and how it can be exploited, so in Metasploitable, as you know, like it is intentionally vulnerable operating system. There is a FTP port open, and this FTP was not updated actually. It's a long old version of FTP, and it's called VSFTPD some version, but I don't remember. So I'll just search VSFTPD here, and you can see I think it was 2.3.4, and even other versions they have vulnerabilities. So we can search and get this exploit. So here the author is this person, this guy, and the platform that can be used is Linux, and it's a remote exploit. They have an ID also, and it is a backdoor command execution. It will execute some command through and create a backdoor due to this vulnerability, and it's a Python 3 script, as we can see, and it is actually trying to connect from. This script will exploit that backdoor vulnerability in that version and connect via port 21. And we can actually copy this. You can always take the raw. When you see, like you can copy from here now. Like you can control and A or command A, and it will highlight. You can copy and you can paste in your, like you can create a new file and make it a, if it is a Python, so we'll do .py and save it, or you can download this exploit directly uh, to your machine. And again, if you are using, depending upon like the operating system you're using for penetration testing, so it can be Kali Linux or Parrot Security operating system. We can use search exploit. That means like all the exploits available in exploit DB, you can download it, and because exploit DB, all the exploits are updated like whenever there is a new exploit available in this website. So we should also update this. The command is very simple. You type search exploit, then the name of the exploit you're searching. So in order
So what does
to
this basically
use
do?
this tool is actually will search the exploit. You don't have to visit this website again and again, and all the
Okay.
exploits available in this uh, exploit DB website. That all the exploits can be actually you can access via the terminal. So for that, you can download this exploit, search exploit. Installation guide is there for Mac operating system, Windows, and Linux. So we can
Okay.
sudo apt update our operating system and exploit. And then when you want to find an exploit, for example, you're doing information gathering, footprinting, and you found there is a some service open or some software is there that is seems to be vulnerable. You search the internet, and you can also search here. I mean, you can visit the website. You have two options. You can visit the website, or you can open your terminal where you need to update it. Then you will have the latest all the exploit from the search db. So you can just simply type search exploit and the exploit name, just like I did here, like for example vsftpd, and I got this backdoor. The same thing, you can access or do everything manually, I mean through your terminal. So that is the purpose, searching for exploit, and you can edit those exploits in your system rather than visiting this website again and again.
Is
Oh,
this
that's
something
wonderful.
familiar like the Metasploit so that we could use that as a backdoor shell or something?
Yeah, metasploit is actually written in ruby.
Okay.
Yeah.
uh, So these are specifically metasploitable scripts. Also, you can create if you have idea. So in Ruby programming language, or you can edit certain modules. And this is
Okay.
actually, yeah, not, it's similar to, but it's not a metasploitable framework. But you can use it as an individual script. Like maybe like it's a Ruby. Sometimes you will get Python and other languages as well. Like for example, if I click this backdoor, so I don't know which is this is a different language you can see here. So this is a
Yeah.
Metasploit framework. So you can use it in Metasploit. This is .rb. So if you know how to update different modules and auxiliaries and exploit, there you need to paste this
Okay.
after downloading. So
So if you
sometimes
want
you,
to, if you want to use just you on our command line on Kali Linux, so basically it's a search exploit and name of the that exploit,
yeah,
and I can use
yeah,
that exploit from my
yeah,
command line. So I don't have to go to
yes,
Metasploit basically to use it as
It
an
would
yes,
really
exploit.
that
be
is
good if at all if you would show us a practical on your virtual box.
Yeah, how to run it basically.
right.
You got so many virtual machine.
Right. Actually, I'm using a firewall and running it through. I'm using this as an internal.
Mm.
Let this start. Yeah, I will definitely show. But again, I'm repeating. That means like this is exploit DB, and we have all the exploits here, and it is updated. So rather than visiting this website and downloading these all these exploits manually, like if we find like for example some software or some service after nmap scan, we found that there is a ftp and this version. So ftp scan, nmap scan, we will use the version detection. And if we find, I will show you like, yeah, manually. Let's start
So
my
the
fire.
question is basically how do I use that exploit from command line? So let's say it's
Yeah,
FTP. Um, so do I
yes,
need to access it from the search exploit, or what is the command to do that? That's the question.
yeah. So here first you need to configure it, download and configure. First you have to
Yeah,
visit
understand.
exploit db, and then
Hmm.
search exploit manual. So when you click here, you will see this. You scroll down here, you have the installation instruction. So we are using in Kali Linux, so we'll focus in Linux. So first you have to update sudo apt update to update your package index, like whatever products you have already, and then we will uh, type this command sudo apt install exploit db. So y is basically like agreeing to yes for everything, like it will ask if there is some requirement. So after installing exploit db, it will be installed. Then in between, like sometime, like if we have new exploit, we never know, like yeah, maybe like exploit db is like updated now, so we need to update our system as well, so that we get the latest from the exploit db in our machine. So for that, we can use this command searchploit space hyphen u to update our searchploit, or we can do the full upgrade. Then in order to use searchploit, we can do searchploit space minus hyphen h, and then it will give you the options. But if you want to search for example, this VS related to this FTP, so we will type searchploit space VS enter, and then it will give us this kind of, for example, here you can see a searchploit AFD window local. So here they are giving you, you'll see a result like this in your terminal, Kali terminal. Then you can visit the path where it is actually located in your machine. For that, you have to locate or you have to search, and then you will find that exploit. Here you have the information, and then after you locate the exploit, you can edit it or you can use as it is. So for example, another like searching for a title, like for example, we can use the T option, search exploit minus T. Otherwise, like we can simply search exploit Oracle Windows, but here it's filtering out the title specifically and giving you this result. Again, we have some other advanced search, like through which we can remove unwanted results and focus on whatever we are searching for. So I just given you the basic, like we type search exploit vs ftpd and it will give you that exploit. So I think my
So if
firewall
let's
is
say,
now.
yeah, let's say we found the exploit now. It is there in our database, exploit DB, and it's also in our Linux. We have downloaded it. So how do we run it?
If it is not there in your, I mean, if it's not from exploit db, you have to download it, and then if it is a Python, you can run it like through Python. If it is other Golang or other language like PHP, so that's a
Hmm.
different case, like for that. But
Okay.
from here, if you download, so that will be, I mean, this process through a search exploit, you can get those exploits. So I'm starting my Kali Linux now. I want to start my Metasploitable as well, just for the demonstration purpose. I don't know
Okay,
which
so
network it
if
is.
there's an FTP server, I mean like an FTP port which is open once you scan it from the Nmap, what can you
Yeah.
do with this command like this search exploit?
Right, like it's a good question. So FTP should be vulnerable. So if you remember, like I said, I think you missed. So behind every cyber attack, like possible cyber attacks, these adversaries, they have some motivation, and plus they use some methods, and
Yeah,
plus
exactly.
they uses certain I mean security vulnerabilities. Without security vulnerabilities, it like cyber attack won't be possible. But of course, yeah, through social engineering it can be. But we need a
Okay.
vulnerability to exploit, right? So your question, FTP, after we find this FTP, we have to see whether this FTP version is vulnerable or not. If it is vulnerable, we can use such backdoor or like whatever exploits we have. And
Mm-hmm.
if we have a good programming knowledge, we can even design our own exploit through programming. But we can also, what we can do is, like if the FTP is not having a security control or rate limiting, that means like anybody can guess n number of username and password for that account, FTP, telnet or SSH, then we can brute force For that, like in Metasploit, we have different module, and then we can
Exactly.
brute force and log in. Yes. So this is Metasploitable just for demonstration. This is a Linux system that is vulnerable, and it contains some vulnerable application as well. It has a server, I think, not Tomcat, but I think there is a Apache server, I think. Yes. So that we can actually see how usually this kind of thing happens, like when adversary or a hacker finds about such vulnerabilities through the process of footprinting, and then next step they try to gain access or exploit that vulnerability to gain access.
Your Kali is very old version, I think. You need to upgrade it.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Comparatively, for the Kali now, the ones which were previous versions are more powerful than the present one, right, sir? Or something like that.
Yeah, actually, sometimes I don't upgrade. Like I have different VMs. Like I use another, like the latest version as well in my different PC.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For that, like uh, this I didn't update because sometimes it breaks actually if you have some old tools due to
Yeah.
compatibility issue. So yeah, sometimes that's why I don't upgrade or
Okay.
use a old version. But it's not like, yeah, it's powerful. But yeah, if you have some configurations but you don't want to update, maybe like, so that time it might be a problem. Like if you upgrade it, but again, yeah, if you upgrade, you can fix those, but it takes time.
Mm.
So I feel lazy sometimes. But yeah, I have a upgraded version also, like here. Login thing. But yeah, it is not the latest, but I think I upgraded last month.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's we want to learn how to use the search exploit.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, so this is I already installed Searchploit in my machine.
Mm-hmm.
So now when I type Searchploit without any filters, there are some advanced functionality, like you can find out all using searchploit.-h or -h. Here you'll
Yeah.
have option like whatever you want to use, you can do that. Like they have some examples also. For example, if you're searching for Oracle window, specifically the title, you can specify -t, and you can see like what minus or -t is. So it's search just the exploit title. Default is title and the files path. So here, if I search for VSFTP exactly 2.3.4, I get like these two backdoor. Like one is from Metasploit that I can directly run Metasploit and use if it already is there. Otherwise, I have to update this. I can download this and update. Like then, how do I find this? Like you can find using like you just copy and you can search for this. So it's not showing.
I think you're supposed to locate it.
Yeah, locate, right. So here I have
So you got
desktop.
the,
It's there in exploit DB. This is the part like where we have all the exploit. When we download or install search exploit, so user share exploit DB exploits for Unix. It's there. So we will just go to exploit DB. So here we have we are in exploit DB part, and we have to go to exploits. And here we have all those exploits like ASP related, BSD,
so let's
Windows.
say we use one of them to exploit our metasploitable machine. So FTP one.
Right. So this is the metasploitable machine, and first,
So
like,
you
how do we start? Like, we start with basic ping sweep because we don't know the IP, and this will be a scenario of internal penetration testing. So we'll
yes,
do
So nothing but there's nothing but a LAN connection.
yeah, having a LAN connection, internal network, and our IP range is 10.0, 10.0.1. This is my IP address actually.
so is there a noise? I don't know. Hello. Hello. Can you, there's a quite a lot of,
So the thing what here is like we need the kind of VSF, I mean the FTP. What kind of it is? We need the name of the execution. Is it?
so
Yeah, because sometimes versions gonna vary. So could you please unmute yourself?
Oh, I was mute, like I was talking, and
there was a bit of a noise. Everybody heard that, or just me? This big disturbance was
um,
coming.
yeah, yeah, right. So yeah, what I was talking was yes. So we've found that there are so many open ports, and then we did a version detection scan, particularly port 21 FTP, and we found that VSFTPD 2.3.4. But we don't know like whether this is vulnerable or not. And this FTP service, which is open, is using a version and using a different software called FSTPD 2.3.4. So we will verify. And because this is intentionally vulnerable, this machine is vulnerable. We already know, but usually it might not. This version might vary also. So we'll just go ahead and search in Google. And when we search vulnerability and BSFTP 2.3.4, we found that Rapid7, the creator of Metasploitable framework, Metasploit. So there is a module there, exploit module called backdoor command injection. And also we found that there is a exploit DB. There is an exploit in the exploit database, and
Right.
this is a Python base. So we can try.
Copy that. You can copy that and save it in a file, Python file.
No, because we already have exploit. Uh, I mean search exploit. So as we have a search exploit already, we can search here. Sorry,
This is exploit.
search. Yes,
I figured.
there's something wrong. I think. Let's see here.
Search exploit, I think it was a spelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So instead of copying, we already have it in our because we have installed and updated our machine. So we
Hmm.
have this Python file. Ruby already is their Metasploit module. So for that we can run Metasploit actually framework, MSF console. But Python, like last time we searched, right? We located. So this is how we actually find the exploit. So it's already there. We can just copy to desktop if we want. But let
Hmm.
me check if it is already copied to my desktop. So it's not actually. So usually like this is the exploit and we can copy it because it's already there in our machine. So this is how it looks. This is the exploit and it's a Python script. We can simply run the Python, I mean .py, and it will ask some IP address and it will try to connect hopefully, and then it will automatically, and sometimes we need to make some changes by analyzing the code, like if we need to add some IP address, but now it is already set, like as it is we can run. If necessary, it says if necessary edit this line, if necessary edit this line. Here it says user VSFD, the version, like it might vary, so we can change. And also here the password, so I don't know, like yeah, it's reading something from, so we can edit. So this is how like a minor edit can help us to exploit. So now if you want to use this against the machine,
So let's run this Python script and see if it works for to exploit the Metasploitable. We got Metasploitable 3, isn't it?
yeah, no,
So,
it will work, but the thing is, so when we start, it says telnet is depreciated for removable Python. So like due to dependency, we need to fix it. Actually, you can see. So
so this is
this
from
can,
Telnet, isn't it?
it's actually it will connect via telnet, I think. So I don't know, like, but this something is depreciated. That means like compatibility issue. So we won't be able to, like, we can fix it, but it will take some time. Or rather, we can use. We already know like it got, I mean, a
We
module
can use
from,
Metasploit framework to do that.
yes.
Yeah, I know how to use Metasploit framework. I was just wanted to learn how to use this search exploit. Is that what you're looking for, Kaushik?
Yeah, actually, yes. Let him go even through the MSF console so that even I could just brief myself up.
Okay.
Yeah, so this process is Mira, similar to this. Like you might face some errors, then you need to fix your exploit. It will take some time. You have to do googling if you don't have idea, but it will be fixed. And then after that, you can use. So using is simple. Like whatever how we are using in MSF console, we'll give the remote host. We have to set local port. I mean, we have to set the payload and all that. Similar to this in Python, this exploit also, after you read the exploit, you can run like simply Python 3 and then the exploit name. If it is Python py, if it is Go, you have to give a different command and then run. So it will automatically exploit. So
Right.
similarly, VSFTPD, sorry. So this is the process here again. If you want to search something, we'll search first, and after we find the module, we'll see the number. Here it says info zero, or you can see use, or you can use and the exploit name, copy and paste. So we can do use and then copy this and paste, or you can, because the number is zero and there
Hmm.
can be so many in the search
Yes.
result we use. After that, options. Here we'll see like they have C
But
host.
but we need the R host, isn't it? Metasploitable machine needs R host.
Right. So here you can see under the required field, it's already port 21 is required, but it is already filled. Port
Mm.
21. Here required field, nothing is there. So we need to fill the R host, and these things are not required, but we can see like what this is by reading the
So what
description.
is C potency host? I mean, R host, I know your Metasploitable machine will be R host, what you are basically exploiting. But what is C host? Is it
Yeah,
your
if you
machine?
want to, yeah, it's a local
Okay,
client
fine.
address. That means like,
This is your machine, yeah.
Local machine, yes. And proxies, we can use proxy chain if required, but this is not required for to run this module. And again, payload. By default, the payload will be CMD, but we can change later on if we want. But right now, we don't need anything. So
So you just
this
set
is,
our host to.
yeah, this is the R host, and we have to set. So our host is set, and
Mhm.
nothing more to do. Like we can, I think we are good to go, and we can simply type the word exploit, and then it will do its thing automatically.
Mhm.
And we found a shell,
Okay.
and shell one open.
So
So
if we
this
do
shell,
that,
yeah, I didn't get your question or query.
no, that's okay. That's okay. Continue.
So we are root already, and this is not an interactive shell. So for that, we can search for pty Python. So if we have to check whether Python is installed in this machine, so we can do like sorry, this one. So Python is installed, so we can use a make it interactive, so that it doesn't break sometimes.
Okay, so I have a doubt. Like, you just use Metasploit to get into an FTP server. So usually, when you're getting into some FTP server, they require some brute force. How would you get a password for that?
Right. We will use a word list for that, like actually.
Okay, it has a self. I mean, like, it has an own word list. So how do you change the word list?
Right. I will come to that. So yeah, we are talking about the interactive shell. So here Python, we can import pty spin spawn the bin bash shell, and hopefully we'll get an interactive shell in our existing. So I'll try to paste this, and yeah, no, it didn't work.
To end the session. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's not the script actually. I just copied from here. I think yeah, this one, Python 3. No. Yeah, this one is.
I find so much to remember, actually, so many. Okay. So you
Oh,
run experiment again.
yeah, it's not working actually. Yeah, we need to uh, start again, I think.
Yeah. So
So
you out
yeah,
of
I was just showing actually.
exploit. Yeah.
Anyway, I was just trying to show that PTY, like yeah, we can get an interactive shell, but right now
Uh,
we don't have a. Anyway,
what has happened? It stopped
no, we are
running.
not in. Yeah, yeah, it happens. Like then we need to again restart Metasploit. Something
Can you
broke
see
actually, or
sessions? Try sessions. See if you have the sessions in the background. So in
no.
Metasploit,
Yeah, that's correct. But I think we are not in.
So it doesn't have a background. No, there's no active session. So yeah, it has logged you out. So now you have to reboot and go back. Is that what you have to do?
Yeah, but we won't do that. Like I think we got the idea. So if sometimes if we don't get the interactive shell, we can use the pty bin bash. So here
PTY
Python.
bin bash, is it?
Yeah, yeah. So you can see
PTY
like
slash
some
bin
right. Like
bash.
let me check. In Hack the Box forum also there are some articles. Maybe like you can see.
Okay.
It's an interactive reverse shell actually. Yeah, this one is the command pty and without anything like there was a quotation mark, so it broke actually when I copy pasted.
All
So
right.
it should be
Okay.
in code also here. I missed that.
Oh, so there is to be quotes. Okay.
Yeah, for Python
Interesting.
3 also we have. So I was
Hmm.
using Python 2.
But is it, if you have Python 3 installed, then you can run Python 3 or Python 2, both commands, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. This was the command actually.
Okay. All right. For next time.
Yeah, so actually, I was supposed to show you the advanced search technique. Like we were in footprinting and we jump into this exploit. But anyway, yeah, it's a
Let's
refresher
go back
for
to
our.
our footprinting now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this is how actually, and yeah, Kaushik's question. Like I will just come to. So we can do back, right? So to
Yes.
go back from here, this module to the initial, I mean starting stage, and then we can search for FTP login to brute force. So there are so many, but we will be using this one auxiliary scanner FTP login. So number two. So we will type use to clear the screen. So now we are in this module. This is auxiliary scanner for brute forcing. So
Okay.
options. So here we need to set a few things before we start. Like blank password is false; it won't try blank password. And then
Okay.
we need to set the password file containing passwords one per line. We have to create those lists actually. And sometimes we have cool tool like KWEL for from a
Sorry, what's
website
the
like
tool
it
name?
cool KWEL.
Is it CWEL or KWEL? I think it's C, isn't it?
Yes, yes, CW.
It's a
I think yeah, I
CWEL.
forgot. Okay,
Okay.
I,
CWL.
maybe it's not installed. Yeah, it's not
Is it
installed yet.
KWEL?
So
I thought
yeah, C
one
C
of those.
yes.
Yes, it's
Yeah, it's
CWEL.
not installed in my machine yet, but yeah. So you can use that to generate a custom word list, or you can create your new like word list, or you can use the existing word list. But yeah, you have to check the rate limiting and all. But if it is blocking, otherwise we can create our own. And for me, I have already created for this demo. I think I have some pass file. Yeah, so this one I was actually demonstrating earlier. So here, just to make it simple, we are using this word one username or password one line. I mean one word per line,
Okay.
according to that module. It's asked. So it will keep on guessing like all. Like here we have the actual username and password also. So this is the pass file, and similarly we'll create a user file, and this is the user file. So this is the user file, and it's located in desktop. So for that we need to actually find the path and point it to Metasploit. That's auxiliary scanner. Then it will know like which actually path you need to check. So we'll check the
Okay.
path. So I'm in home Kali. So for you it will be different maybe. So we have to tell MSF. First we will set our hosts. Our host will be 10.0.1.16, and then set user file. We have to type the path
So this
and
has to
then
be case sensitive.
yes, exactly. Then we have to type this. I think our file name is user.txt, and yeah, this is pass.txt. Okay, so that's it, and we will change the pass file now.
But there are two of them. There is a user pass file and there is a pass file.
Yes. So instead of this, I think there is another option: pass file containing users and password that we can use the same one, like one file that
Okay,
contains
one
all.
file with both.
all-
Okay.
Yes. And again, verbose, if it is false, we can set to true, then it will show you all the attempts that is happening in the background.
Okay.
So verbose is now true. And again, stop on success is false. That means it will keep on guessing even if it
Okay.
it's able to find. So that we can actually set
True.
stop on success either true or false. Yeah. So now options, show options, and here we will have this. They're all set actually. So we'll keep on type the word run or exploit, enter, and I think something is wrong. Oh, user.txt, home Kali. Okay, it's desktop actually. Oh,
Yeah, desktop. Oh.
let me check. Yeah, it should be desktop here. So it started the, I mean, you can see it started and failed, failed, failed. And when it finds, so if you have a big word list or dictionary, it will take more time. And if there is a firewall, it will block your request.
Okay, so how do you get rid of the firewall?
Yeah, so in that case, it won't be possible. So when we do the penetration testing, even if we are successful or we are not successful, we have to show this actually. We have to show the steps. We have to show that we tried and we did this, and we have to verify using a screenshot. And you say like we tried to brute force. So if an adversary tried to brute force, he or she won't be successful because it's already protected. So here, this is passed. And sometimes, like in some areas, we need some attention for that. Their organization need to focus their security control in those areas. So here it's good actually. But yeah, we should know how to bypass firewall. But in this module, we can't actually. We can scan and see. Else, we can do a brute force attack, or we can see if those if we find that firewall is vulnerable. For that, we have to again do another footprinting on the firewall.
Yeah.
So here, I think it didn't find the correct credential,
No,
and I stopped.
it didn't find any. They all failed.
Okay, let it run. I'll show you. We'll come back here. So I was supposed to show you this, yeah, footprinting. We can do like the initial stage to find out information about our target, like what all information we'll find. We'll usually find this organization information. We'll find all this under organization, and we can add more also. Then network information and system information. So when we do this, follow this methodology, uh, we can use or we can add more in a Google hacking database. I was supposed to show you this actually. So here we have a Google hacking database also. So these are some advanced Google searching technique through which we can, here we can filter and see. So for example, if you want to find some sensitive directories, or if you want to find some web servers and vulnerable files, we can filter this. Like sensitive directories, it will filter, and these are like some dorks through which we can, like for example, if there is a env file in some PHP application that contains the username and password, I mean login credential, sometimes due to file permission issue, it can be indexed in the search engine. So if you search using this search operator, you can see there are some already like 897 results where there can be some exposed env file, but we don't know, like, yeah, we can see, and some of them can be honeypots. That means intentionally they are made vulnerable so that they want people to attack, and they will see like what are their skills or how or why they are attacking, just for
Yeah.
understanding. For different organization, they use it for improving their cyber security also. So this we should consider while. So here there is a Pakistan health solution.com, like some I don't know, maybe it's a honeypot, but usually, like, let's check. So maybe that env file is exposed, and if you download, and we can find those SQL database or some credentials. So here you can see there is a env file that we can. I don't know. I don't want to download. Maybe it's
Yeah, you don't
intentionally
know what
made
it is.
infected or what. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, you can see we have some .env file where we were able to find the database is Laravel. There is no password, and this is a hospital in Pakistan. They have some API keys exposed and so on. But actually, it's, I think, some backup file.
Why do they do
So,
that? So how come it's on Google hacking
actually,
database?
it's a negligence of the developer who is developing. So it's
Mm.
so we should do security audit and also do vulnerability. That way, we'll find. Otherwise, hacker who is trying to do the recon, they can go ahead and then use
So,
those information to exploit and gain unauthorized access. Yeah,
so this Google
Okay,
hacking
so
database, you go back.
yeah. Through Google hacking database itself, like it's so powerful, we can get more information. Like even if you're doing penetration testing for your client, like you can use this advanced search technique through which you can find about your target organization and see like
Uh,
if something is exposed or.
so can you go back again? I think I missed some how to get to Google hacking database. So, So this is the exploit
You
data.
simply type, yeah, exploit DB, and you type Google hacking database, GHDB. When you search,
G.
you will get. You can
Okay.
take screenshots, like, yeah, to remember
Yeah,
later. Like,
yeah. Okay, I did just now.
so this was search exploit, to search different exploits in our local machine, and then we can edit. Sometimes you can use those exploit as it is, but most of the time it will break due to some compatibility issue, as we saw earlier. Then you have to fix those issues. You have to search, and then so again, time limit. Like, you have to be very fast, because in exam, like, if you're doing or using some exploits, and
Mhm.
if it takes more time, then it is bad for you, because we have
Uh,
limited time
so
during exam.
in terms of password file, let's say if you have to hack something using the password file and user file in the exam, is it available, the password file, or do we have to create our own?
You have to create. You can use any password file. For example, we have many password files here actually. So if you see,
Rocky.txt.
yeah, yeah. So if we
Which
do
one, sorry?
locate in Word lists,
There was another
if we,
word list like Rocky.txt. That's the reason.
yes, Rocky.txt is like a huge list from some gaming leak. I don't remember the history exactly, but yeah, you will have so many password like possible where through which you can use that. But it's a like a big huge list, so it will take a long time. But we use
But
that like for
99% of the
cracking
passwords are going to be
FTP
false
password.
because most of the passwords are already been, out. So most of the people know that this password can be possible if at all somebody is brute forcing your website or something.
Yeah, I didn't get your question actually.
Like I was like, see, like
Yeah.
people already know that there's a word list called as Rocky.txt that would help somebody like
Right,
gain
right.
access.
Yes, 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 yes. I got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They will. That's why it's recommended. Like, when you see nowadays, we see a lot of cybersecurity awareness that we should use strong password, and most of us because we are lazy and we need to remember. So that's why we should use. Actually, I started even me, like, I was using very easily that can be remembered. That words are already there in the dictionary file. So I use nowadays a password manager called Bitwarden. So here I generate a password, like strong password. Even I don't remember. I don't have to remember. Like, it's 36 character long, and I will click on this, and it will generate a random password. I'll copy and use it. And in my
Okay.
vault, like, it just like our Chrome or Google, there is a password manager, but this is another one like Bitwarden.
Okay.
Big
So I
word.
What's
don't
the
have
name?
to. I'll show you this. So that way, if you don't have rate limiting, the adversary or the hacker will have a very hard time to crack the password. So this kind of password that I'm using, they need a high-end graphics card or supercomputer even to crack, but it will take long time. I mean, it won't be possible to crack it usually. So this I'm using as a password,
Okay,
36 character
so
long.
cracking such kind of passwords and mining in crypto, all these needs the same kind of graphics card, I suppose, right?
Yeah. So yeah, sometimes, like, to make the process faster, our computational, like, usual PCs won't uh, I mean, process those requests so fast. But if you have a graphics card like mining crypto, like Ethereum, this kind of cards, it will be faster for certain password. But if that organization is already using very strong password, they have a strong password policy, and everybody is following, then it won't be possible. But that's a good sign. Even after your penetration test, as a penetration tester or ethical hacker, you should suggest this actually in your countermeasures. You have to do the audit, password audit, and then if you find that employees are using very easily usable, easy guessable then you should suggest actually to use some password manager or use strong. Yeah, this is one Bitwarden. So there can be many password managers like that you can use. So you don't have to even remember what is your password. You don't have to see also, like it will be behind those asterisks. And then when you just log in, for example, I want to log in somewhere, and if I have, like for example, I don't know, like S Pen. Yeah. So if I have to log in S Pen, uh, it remembers actually. See, there is a pop-up. So if I click here, it will see this. So if I click, now it already filled my password, then I can log in.
As long as you don't lose your laptop.
Right. And if there is a vulnerability in our browser, Chrome browser, then again that will be a different problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, Google is also there, like Google Password Manager. This one.
Mhm.
Then we have so many other malware bytes. They also offer, I think, password manager. I don't know, like CNET and some popular antiviruses nowadays they provide password managers. So yeah, this is the methodology here. Actually, we don't have time. That is the main thing, because this course is very fast and we have 40 hours of training. So we can't
Okay,
go everything in much detail.
let's follow the course from now on because otherwise we'll get nowhere.
Right. So here,
So,
these are the search operator. You can also build your own search operator like cache, and then in title. Then you can use Google hacking database. I have already demonstrated. Then you can use these dorks. Like for example, you want to footprint a VPN. Organization is using a VPN. You
mhm.
can find out. Then there are other techniques like video search engine, FTP search engine. So OSINT. I'll just start this. So we will collect information first through open source intelligence, and the reason I have, I mean, I demonstrated, or it's actually somewhat might be useful for from the CH actually, CH footprinting module. So here they have there is a lab called there is a lab called footprinting and reconnaissance that actually I can show later. But now we will jump into the practical. I mean, where is it? Yeah, this. So we will extract company information, network trace routing, and passive operating system information. So there is a tool called NetCraft where we will be able to find the operating system information also through passive.
Mhm.
They keep on changing the website, so it's a little difficult. Like for example, if we search, nothing found. Yeah, it should be in site report. So passive footprinting, we can use this tool, and we can also find some subdomains like here you can see if you click on domain, under domain, this is a hyperlink, and click on certified hacker. So we'll be able to find some subdomains. You can see it got www certified hacker, cpanel certified hacker, and sftp certified hacker. And you can see operating system also we were able to enumerate, like it's running on the server is Linux operating system, without even actually directly interacting. Like we didn't use any active reconnaissance, but passive footprinting, using passive footprinting, we're able to determine all that. And then DNS information, organization information, and their name server, NS Bluehost, then all that. Like using Meltic also, we will be able to find the same thing, but here we are able to find it using Netcraft. So penetration testing is much more than just running exploit against vulnerable system. Penetration testing begin with, we should use thoroughly gather as much information as possible actually. Then we can narrow down the attack surface and focus on those areas. So that's how it is actually. So rather than blindly throwing out exploits and spraying that one of them, because sometimes this will generate a lot of traffic, bad traffic or something. It says noisy, like it can be a lot of create a lot of noise that will be bad for the organization. So we should do the footprinting properly, and then specifically we will test one, like whatever is required actually. So penetration testers, they collect information of companies such as internal, external links, company website, people. So how we will perform in cpend, actually you will notice all the practicals when we'll do it requires the participant to have prior knowledge. Like they will show you this way, but in this you won't find the exact way. Like, so you have to figure out and you have to do your research and work hard to improve those skills. So here in this scenario, we'll perform OSINT. And we will use OSINT framework. It's already there. The website I demonstrated in the last class. So using OSINT framework, we will be able to gather some intel related to our
Multiple.
organization.
Quickly, in Netcraft, I was just searching for my client and I could not find it. Is it because they are in India, or do I need to, is there the location-based search?
No, like if you're in this URL, sitereport.netcraft.com. So you have to either give HTTPS if it is using, and then example.com. This is the format. You can try, like again, like maybe facebook.com, look up, and if it is not working, yeah, it worked. So I even didn't prefix with HTTPS or HTTP, and it searched. It's now analyzing. Yeah, so if I click on specifically talking about subdomains, like there are different tools like through which we can find out subdomains in the terminal, but this is passive. So I was able to find 147 subdomain: www.facebook.com, business.facebook.com, app.facebook.com, and developers, and so on. And they're using this operating system Linux. Hosting country is IE. I'm not familiar with this flag. Ireland, okay. So we will be able to find IP address, geolocation, type of server, network upstream sites, etc. using this. And then there is a website called centralops.net domain doiser, through
I
which
have
we
used
will be able
that.
to, yeah,
Yes.
we'll be able to find the DNS record. We can also do trace route. Like a trace route is an import. I mean, it's important sometimes, like to check the network connectivity from our end to that end. So in between, if there is a firewall or internal network, sometimes we'll be able to find those IP addresses if there is no firewall. So if we do tracert, yeah, traceroute for Linux and tracert for Windows. So we can do tracert and then google.com. So now you will see exactly like how the connection is established from my device to Google's server, and in between, like how many hops are there, like all the machines, and usually, yeah, it
All
might
the
be blocking.
switches.
Yeah, everything will be like we'll be able to find, and those IP also we can analyze and see like if it is internal network or a router or switch or a firewall also sometimes. Yeah, I think Google is not working, but I'll use certified hacker, certifiedhacker.com. So yeah, Reliance is my router. Like 192.168.29.1 is the default gateway. I'm using Wi-Fi, and from here it is now connected to 10.0.0.1. Then we have to analyze later on. I don't know which is this.
So
Maybe
for this,
10.
ping has to be enabled, isn't it? If the ping is disabled, we will not be able to do that.
Yeah, if it is blocking ICMP, then won't be able to. But it will see like up to which end, like if firewall is blocking, so you will see like how many hops. Then
Yes,
if
yes,
in certain
yes.
area it will block, but you will see that that IP, up to that IP, then you have to investigate.
Yeah.
Sometimes it times out like naturally, or sometimes due to some blocking of due to some security control also.
Hmm.
So it will eventually land to Bluehost. Bluehost, that actually hosting certified hacker, I think. So it is taking time.
While you're waiting for this, can I ask you a question? Look, is there any way in OSINT we can check what is the mail domain of my client? What is the um, email domain?
Yes. So yeah, you can see we were able to find this password admin after this
Okay.
many attacks, and then also this one. Yeah. So coming back to mail server, yes, we can. Is this the command? Yeah. ns lookup certifiedhacker.com. So this is certifiedhacker.com is the IP address. This way also we will be able to find the IP address if ping
Mhm.
is blocked. I don't know. You can try. Then say type. I don't know if it will work. Instead of this, we can search the mail server in reverse. So this is another concept actually. Like for example, if the website is in the shared hosting, so if you have a shared IP address and so many is using, so that way you will
Mhm.
find so many actually similar website that is using the same
So,
IP address. But mail record, yeah, just a minute.
so
NS
what is this website? Hackerget.com reverse IP lookup. Okay.
Yeah, this is also robtex.com where we'll be able to find. So it
Okay.
found the DNS information, Bluehost, and the mail server. You can see mailcertifiedhacker.com
Yes.
and some more information.
So that's
The
the
IP
raw.
address. Yeah, same thing. We can use the Maltigo, and it will show you a graphical. So we can use
Right.
online tool also. Same thing, like to save time. And Maltigo, I will just demonstrate. I'll show you the screenshots.
So from Linux, you will be using Multigo or Windows?
Linux, Windows, both. Like it can. So here we are demonstrating using Kali Linux. So I'll just show you the screenshot. So save time. I can demonstrate also later. So you can see it's there actually. You can download for in Windows also, or in Kali
Mhm.
Linux also. I think Kali
Sorry,
already there.
under pen testing, information gathering, OSINT analysis, and Multigo. Okay. So that's a Linux. That's Kali Linux right now or Windows. Okay.
It's a Parrot security operating system actually. For
Oh,
Kali
Parrot.
Linux, if you to demonstrate, we have it. Maltigo will be under. We can search Maltigo. It's a Maltigo. This one,
Okay.
or you can search from information gathering
Mm-hmm.
and OSINT analysis. No, not this one.
Okay. Under information gathering.
Yeah, you will find it. So when you start Maltigo, we'll be seeing this screen, and we need to run the Maltigo Community Edition. They have paid version also. It's for investigation for other things. Then
Mm-hmm.
after this step, we have it will ask you for login and password. We should already have a username and password using the email. We need to sign up for an account, and they will send you an email, and you have to verify. Then you have to accept the agreement and login, and it will install some transforms, some plugins that is, and then a captcha, and then you need to sign up for an account here. Then you have to log in. After you're logged in, it will install some transforms here, some tools. Then privacy mode, you can keep it normal and then click on next. Then you will be asked to whether you want to open a graph. You can say like, or there can be an example graph also you can see, and then this is the interface actually. So nothing will be there. You can go to click this and or click here, right click and click on a new interface, a new graph, and in this graph actually we can add from left hand side all the thing, like if you're investigating a Bitcoin wallet, so we can
Mm.
check cryptocurrency and then investigate and type the wallet and see, like, but it will be like just a good just like a investigator investigates using flow charts. So this is a chart kind of. So someone uses some of us finds it convenient, so that we can also generate the report, save it. So for example, we want to investigate uh, website, so we'll just drag this and then drop it here. So it will be by default Peterva, the who created Meltigo. Then we can just double click inside and it will be highlighted. Then we have to add our website name. So we can, for example, for this we are using www.certifiedhacker.com, and then we can right click in this. When we right click, we'll see all the transforms. We can search for a particular transform, or we can run all the transform by clicking. Or if you click index plus, it will drop down and it will show you. Or we can search for a transform. For example, if you want to know about DNS, just like we found in Netcraft and other website, or the mail record, just we have to click domain name, DNS, and then click on this play button, and it
Mm.
will search and give you a graph. So it will give you a graph like this. So it's having two subdomains. Again, we can right click in as one of a subdomain, and here we will try to find out the DNS of this. So for that, like you need to use a transform. See, they have given you the subdomain, mail server as well, in a graphical way. So we can, according to whatever we are searching, we have all the tools here or the transform, and then you can make your graph in your the way you want to view. And you can also highlight it and delete it, like if you don't want something.
Mm. Yes.
So this is how it is, like it's looking. It started with certified hacker, found two subdomain, and they found the DNS information, NS1 Bluehost, and Bluehost some, it's a email. It seems like an email that we need to investigate further, and that. So we can select, for example, we don't want this anymore, and we want to search something else. So we can command and highlight these two, or select these two, and then click on right click and delete, and it will ask, do you want to delete? Click yes, and these two which is highlighted will be deleted. Then again we can right click and use a different transform. So this time it can be something related to mail server, and it found a mail server. Here DNS information. Then IP address to DNS, like there is a transform called IP address DNS. So if you right click and then go to this and click on the play button, it will
Okay.
give you
So
the IP address.
today I'll try to install and create the user ID and just run it on my client's website. See what I can.
Then hopefully you find the IP address.
Hmm.
Then you can find the location and city as well, like
Hmm.
to location, city, and country, and then click the play button, and it would collect information from the hosting and see, like it says it's United States.
So we
So
don't
these
have to
are
ask.
all,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, these all information are openly available. Actually, it will Multigo will collect and give it to you and present it in a graphical. So someone also, I mean, some of us also like prefers Multigo instead of online, like searches like Netcraft and all other services we use, like passive, for passive information gathering.
So if I have to send it to my client or something, how is it? I have to separately create the report, or can Multigo do that?
Yeah, you can like take screenshot and add it in your own report, or you can export a Maltigo report in a PDF format and uh, just
Awesome.
extract or take those screenshots, like the required parts, and then add it in your main report. And sometimes it's useful, like while we do open source intelligence, like how it is, like what all information is exposed in the internet that is not supposed to be exposed, that
Mm.
actually an organization can learn through this kind of penetration testing reports. And the penetration tester will again suggest countermeasures, again OSINT, and then after implementing those countermeasures, then
Mm.
what will happen is, like if somebody is trying to do the open source intel on that client organization, then they won't be successful.
Great.
For that, countermeasures, I will just quickly show you this one, if it is allowing me. Let's check. So we have footprinting countermeasures after we found out so many information, and if some information that's not supposed to be there in the internet, so we should use certain countermeasures, like restrict the employees' access to social networking sites from the organization's network, configure web servers, educate employees to use pseudonyms so that the hacker won't easily find their names. Then do not reveal critical information in press release, annual report. Sometimes, like in press release, annual reports, when you do the information OSINT on them, then you will be able to find some information, critical information. Then limit the amount of information published, footprinting techniques, and all that.
So
And this
Multigo is the only tool that gives the complete picture, or is there another one that we should be using?
Maltigo is for graphical one, and certain tools are there. I will show you. Here we have Multigo and OSINT framework, right? But for footprinting, if we go to EC Council's footprinting module, I can show you a few other tools as well that you can use. So other tools like OSINT framework is there. Then Maltigo is there, and then just like a Metasploit framework, there is another called Recon NG, I think.
Recon NG. Okay.
So
Recon
that
NG.
is actually like Metasploit framework. Yeah, they have modules, and again, you have to configure APIs. Then it will become more powerful. Otherwise, won't be able to give you much information.
Right. So what does that mean?
So, like certain APIs, like Google, like if you want to use the harvester, for example. So, if I don't have Bing API or some API. I don't know why it is asking me to reload. Okay, I think that's why it broke actually. Metasploitable 2, and I was not able to. Anyway, I will
Okay.
uh, discard, or maybe like I will.
You can tell
No.
me verbally, and I'll write it down, and then I can have a look at it.
Yes, yes. You can take screenshots also. I'll just show you now.
Mhm.
Yeah, footprinting. We have so many, like gather information through Google, and then video search engines like YouTube, then FTP search engine and IoT search engine. So IoT is Shodan. So first we use the Google hacking technique to search. Like you can use. So I have demonstrated this. I'll quickly go through all this. So you can use and see about your organization. Like if some PDFs are exposed, if some password login pages are exposed, so that you can see here. For example, EC Council and PDF. So all the PDFs file will be presented, and if some valuable information is leaked, you should immediately observe that and notify. Then
So, okay, now go back. Sorry, I didn't get in. So I go to Google and just type the name of the client, sorry, the name of the company and the file type, whatever it is.
Yeah, file type is the Google advanced operator. For that, like if you search like all the advanced Google hacking, advanced those actually will be there. For example, it's already there. I think I have shown you. It's, yeah, so you have to search like advanced techniques. Like in title will search for only the title inside the search. Then file type will search for the file. You can search for cache also, and you can search for like in URL, like specific keywords in a URL, and it will filter and give you only those results instead of giving you thousands of results. So
So in
for
title,
in title, yes. So in title, if I want to see the login pages, so in title, if in the title, that means like whatever you can see in blue, like in Google, like all the titles of the
yeah,
website. So the keyword login will be present if I give this command like in title login. That means there will be so many keywords, but login keyword also will be present in the title. Then site EC Council, then mean it will only restrict to EC Council and it won't give other result. So at present
right,
we can see only 5 result with login pages related to EC Council. Then file type. So you have to check login pages, file type. File type is PDF. You can check a doc also, documents, other like docx or excel sheets. Yeah, these are the advanced like cache operator. It allows you to view the cache version in all in URL will restrict specifically to that URL. In URL is like also include in the URL. Then anchor link. So this you will find like from Google. Then through video search engine, we can find out information from YouTube like about the company. Like there is a website called this one, matw.io. Here you have to paste the YouTube URL and you will find out information related to the title and when it was uploaded and some information like that you can use or you can ignore like if you want to. And then like here we got some information like geolocation or sometimes like maybe some hints like we can get. Then we
mhm,
will search for FTP information. So in FTP information, we have a website called searchftps.net. You can take screenshot. Then you search about your company like Microsoft or Amazon, and if they have some FTP, like here they have given a Microsoft. So it will give some FTP related, so you can download and check and verify related to RPM like some. So after gathering information with FTP, we can search Internet of Things Shodan. In Shodan, you can search for specifically filtering out and search for the location or the company name itself. And here we can find all the Internet of Connect. I mean SCADA servers and remote desktop protocols if they are actually exposed in the internet. So if we simply type Amazon, we'll get so many results you can see from different countries. So many ports are open and so many IP addresses you will find.
right.
And
I
similar
don't
to
know.
that, yeah.
Is there a list that you have that has got all these things? Like these are the websites and these are the searches you have to put in. Is it something really, really helpful?
It should be there in GitHub. Like maybe we have to search. I haven't that at present. I have to actually have to search and give it to you later related to
So
all those.
GitHub, what should I search for in GitHub?
Information or footprinting tools like OSINT tools in GitHub. Not in GitHub, but Google. But you'll see some developer might use a GitHub repository where he will put all the
Okay.
resources.
Footprinting tool. Okay.
So we can use also ping command, but your case ping was blocked. So through ping
Yeah,
also we can.
I, ICMP packets are blocked. So
Yeah. So again, email footprinting, another where we will be able to find GPS coordinates, recipient's IP address, and such information. For that, we have different tools. Here they have demonstrated Email Tracker Pro, where after we get the full header or the source information of the email, we copy and paste. There are online tools also where we have to paste the header of the email, and it will give us all those information. So here we have to paste the email header in this tool. Otherwise, we have a tool online also like that you can search like
email
email
tracker.
tracker. So usually email headers you will find in Gmail in this area. So this is the email header we can copy to the clipboard and paste it. So I'm just showing, yeah, perform who is footprinting. Then yeah, who is footprinting? Like, but we have they have suggested whois.domaintools.com, and then there is who.is.com.
Sorry, can you go back? I didn't couldn't get the screenshot.
Yeah, this is whois.domaintools.com.
Right.
Again, if they have opted for privacy, you won't get the information related to, I mean, registrar information.
Yeah, I tried who is, but I couldn't get much.
Then you can try DNS, like gather information using the domain name system. So NS lookup, type NS lookup, and you have to type the URL
The
that you want to search in,
yeah, yeah.
or the
I have
IP address.
tried that as well. NS lookup.
And this can be done online also, like using this tool, this website, plot.net, where you have to point the domain and what query you want, like a record or mx record, that will actually show you there. And yeah, Maltico, I was supposed to show you this. Again, we have ARIN, that is American Registry for Internet Numbers. If we have the IP, it will give you the range actually,
Right.
uh, the network range. And we can do trace route, right? Like trace route, it will give you all the IP addresses till this DNS or the mail server or this DNS MX record, tracert. Then in Linux, we have traceroute. If you are using Kali Linux instead of Windows or Mac, also I think traceroute will be there. It's
But
traceroute.
traceroute works on ICMP packets, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, ICMP if it is blocked, then
Yeah. Traceroutes also send ICMP packets, I think.
okay. So next you can type recon ng. So recon ng is simply typing recon hyphen ng will start recon ng. It's similar to meta exploit MSF console actually. So here when you are inside the console, you type help, and if it
Hmm.
will give you all the options that you can use.
Can you go a
And
little bit up? Recon NG, where did you type that? Oh, so that's
yeah,
Recon NG. Okay.
yeah,
It's like a Wi-Fi pen test tool as that's
okay.
NG suite as well.
So
Okay.
after that, you can install the marketplaces if it's configured correctly. But this tool is old actually. You should not rely completely, but you can use, of course. So after that, just like Metasploit, we can use module search, and there are different modules. and
Hmm.
we can use a particular module. For this demonstration, they have given. Yeah, we can create workspaces also. Like for example, it will be default workspaces, but specifically for a case, like for our client, we can create different workspaces.
Same as
And
Metasploit. Yes.
yes,
So we do that in Metasploit.
so here we created workspaces create ch. So now for ch, we will have uh, for this particular case, we have this one ch, and by default it was already there. So now we are in ch. Then we can insert some domains like workspaces list and db insert domains. Domain name is certifiedhacker.com. Then if we type show domains, it will say it's already inserted. Now waiting for the command. So next command we will do, we'll load a module, or we can use a module called brute force. Sorry, module load brute.
Hmm.
And this is these are different related to brute, like exploitation injection, xpath brooter, then brute suffix, brute host. So brute host module, I check it's not there in the latest version. So if you find, you can try that. So it will brute force, and it will give you, I think, IP address or subdomains.
Right.
So it says it found all those. I mean, these were not found actually initially. No record found. And then reverse resolve run, and then it was able to find like some Bluehost mailbox and the IP address of.
Right. Right.
Then when you type show hosts, it showed after you run all the module, and it was able to find the IP address of subdomains also, like certified hacker, same IP address.
Oh, that's good.
And you can do the report also. Though there is a module for reporting, module load reporting, and there are different that you can use. For example, you want HTML report, so you can type modules load reporting HTML. Then option set file name where you want the result to be, and then click on run, and it will save the result, whatever we searched, and you can see the HTML file. Like it's saved here in some location, and it will be like you can open using a browser, right click and open, and it will present you this kind of a report, like one domain, host found 20, and a detailed one, like here the subdomains and their IP addresses, and which module was used. Actually, it was used to I mean, it used brute host module, and then reverse resolver was used also to find out this.
So how did you get the report on the in the web page? Sorry.
It will be in your local machine, like home, attacker, desktop results. So when you load, it will be saved in your system, and then you can right click and open this HTML report using any web browser, like Firefox
Okay.
is there in Kali.
Yeah, yeah. In Linux, Firefox is there. Yep.
And there is another example, like workspaces create reconnaissance. So if we want to do a reconnaissance, and then there is a module called whois proc. So this is a modules space load space recon domain contact whois pox, and then info command, and this will give you all the information that's required. And then option says we'll set it to Facebook and try to recon on Facebook, and we'll type run, and it will check from all these different URL, like who is are in United States information. So we'll collect as much information as possible, but then we have to narrow down and only use those information that will be relevant in our further exploitation, because Our
Mm.
aim is to find those security weaknesses or anything that is exposed that not supposed to be, and then we'll suggest countermeasures. So that is what we do in OSINT or footprinting penetration testing. I mean, we'll do OSINT pen test, and then
Right.
so again they have given Maltigo. You see here in Maltigo, we log
So
in.
this is your. Did you just download this document from somewhere, or it is yours?
No, it's part of a certified ethical hacker lab actually. So as we have a refresher, I was showing on the practical here. So this is
Right.
actually official from EC Council.
Right. Right. Since we don't have access right now, we don't have this document. I don't have. I don't know about cross-check.
Right. You can use those tools like
No, I also don't have
to.
an access for it.
Oh, you don't have as well. Okay.
So we'll start with like, for example, after learning or getting these concepts, we'll do hands-on actually. So these are all concepts. Like, don't worry, we'll start with hands-on.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
No, I understand. This document looked really good. This PDF looks really good. It gives
okay.
quite a number of options.
Yeah, it actually also contains some good knowledge in it.
Yeah, that's right. Is it possible for you to share, or you can't download that document
No, it's in cloud actually. We can't
in
download.
cloud? Okay. But before you leave, I'm going to ask you something. So I have access to, or I have registered with Hack the Box. I have taken yearly subscription. Now my machine is, I've got MacBook Pro, and I've created the virtual box. Um,
Yeah.
uh, just to make sure that I'm not running from my main machine, I've created a virtual box, and from Kali I thought I should be using Hack the Box, and that's what sorry, Parrot. I installed Parrot, and from there I started using Hack the Box, but it is very slow because VirtualBox itself takes quite a lot of resources. Now I was wondering today that is it possible for me to just get a cloud get a Parrot server in the cloud, and from there I can use Hack the Box. And how have you had any experience with that?
Yeah, you can install in different services. Like you can use AWS, Amazon Web Service, EC2 Instant, and install Kali Linux. They have it. In Google, I don't know. You should have. Also, there is a Linode. Like,
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
yeah.
So which one do you think is the most effective one, or efficient, or fastest and
Yeah, that you
cheapest?
have to actually check. I think AWS is good. Like
Yeah.
AWS and Google and Azure also there, but I have no idea. Actually, I haven't compared the pricing and all. But there is a trial version for Google Cloud. I know, like if you have a credit card and you sign up, they will give you some free like cloud access. But I don't know if they allow for the resources that you have to do your own like search. Like
Yeah, so I would do that. So Linode, I've seen the Linode. I've just today gone through that. So, but it is possible that I just create the server, Parrot Linux Parrot, and access from there, access basically the website,
yeah,
hack the box.
absolutely, it's just possible. But like because you're doing it like you're not doing anything malicious like for penetration testing or learning purpose, like you can use and it will be a publicly accessible. So you have to use maybe remote desktop RDP or like something through which actually you can access and
The
uh,
cloud, you mean?
yeah, so all the resources will be consumed from AWS,
Hmm.
but you
Then,
just
then my
can.
machine is not. kind of getting slowed down because of that. And
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
it's not creating a problem for me because that's
Hmm.
another thing. Hack the Box has a lot of very vulnerable machines, and I'll be accessing them, so I don't want to access them straight from my laptop.
Yeah.
So the cloud is going to be helpful in that case, isn't it? Because I'm not accessing directly.
Yeah, yeah. Like it will be faster. Like as you said, like it's slower in your machine.
So for
So
the
you have to
cloud
download.
access, should should I have access cloud through my virtual machine?
No, like again, it will be slower. Like in your main machine, you have to install some XRDP. I think okay. So actually, I use it from my machine, which is actually the base operating system itself was Linux. So I use XRDP,
Hmm.
and to which I connected
Okay,
XRDP.
RDB.
Yeah, and in Windows, like I'll be using maybe remote desktop. They will give you this login details like credentials, IP address, a public
Mm.
address through which you can connect. Maybe like
Okay.
remote. I don't know, like through Windows I haven't connected, but maybe yeah, they will give you an IP address. When you connect, it will ask you to log in with the username and password, and you have to type that, and you will be connected using your XRDP or remote desktop. So for Mac also, I think will be there.
Mm.
So what you have to do is like open your Mac, install XRDP or any remote desktop. That yeah, I think AWS will suggest, like when you have access to AWS, they will
Oh, they
tell
will
you
let
like
me
all the
know how
information how,
to.
yeah, how will you connect with your Mac or Window or Linux.
Okay, now get it, get it. Yeah, probably that's the best way. Otherwise, my machine is getting very slow every time I try. I can't really do any lab. It's very, very slow.
And I think
Okay.
Linode, they have a trial version as well. Like you can try Linode.
Okay, they do have trial version. Somebody was saying that it's very good. Linode is really good.
And you'll have estimator in Google Cloud as well as Amazon Azure as well as AWS. You can estimate like how much resource it takes. So usually like you don't want. So it depends like because if you want 4 GB RAM, it will still be slower again. Like you should at least have 8 GB RAM because you want to run multiple system, right? Like or
Yeah.
16 or 32 GB. So in my laptop, I have 32. It's better you have 64 GB. Then you can run multiple. So the RAM is what like makes your system slower or faster if you do multitasking. So if you have
I
more
know.
RAM, yeah. So
Uh,
that way,
because I was thinking that instead of going for MacBook Pro upgrade in terms of getting more RAM,
right?
it's better
It's
for me
better
to set
option
up
is
cloud because that is cheaper instead of getting. I don't know if I can get MacBook Pro upgraded.
right. It's only per hour. If you think like yeah, it's much cheaper. Like you practice 1 or 2 hour and then you turn off or pause the instant. There will be some YouTube or instruction you can see where you can save those billing. I mean, they will stop the meter. It won't count
Mm.
like after you. Then you can again resume and start and practice.
You can also go with the elastic model, isn't it? The one like if you need more resources, they'll give you more resources.
Yes,
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much for your help,
you're welcome. Mira.
and we'll again connect on Monday.
Oh, today is Friday. Okay, Saturday and Sunday we are not, or I thought like only Sunday. We're not.
Oh,
We
so
don't have
starting
class.
tomorrow we have a class.
I'm not sure. Like I was informed that it will happen like every day 1 hour, and it will be like Monday to Saturday. But yeah, we have to confirm. Hopefully, like I'll ask team to email you.
That will be
Myself, I'll
wonderful once I
confirm.
get the email.
Yeah. Then after that, like hopefully, if not tomorrow, then Monday. Yes. Otherwise, tomorrow 8:30 we will connect. Like I will ask someone to email or give you update regarding tomorrow's.
Sounds
Yeah, that'll
good.
be really very grateful actually.
Thank you.
Or what do
Thanks a
you
lot.
prefer? Like okay, and what
I'm
do you
happy.
prefer?
I'm happy to do it tomorrow. But we
Okay.
have to go through the course anyway. We are running
Yeah,
behind.
I also don't have any issues by logging in tomorrow.
Okay, no problem then. I will ask someone to update.
Yeah,
Today has been really great session. Thank you so much. Um,
thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Mira.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you,
you're
Kaushik.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Kaushik. You're
Ivan.
welcome, Mira.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye bye.